Hi, it's Jasmine, a professional rich kid and full-time princess. My obscenely rich parents spent years praying for a child, so when I finally came along, I was basically given everything I ever wanted. Cars? Got 'em. Trips? Done. Private concerts? You name it. Unfortunately, my parents' gift always came with a side of public announcement to the whole world.
We're giving our miracle baby Jasmine her 8th car for her sweet 16. That's one every 2 years.
Jeez, Dad, I think everyone knows that already. And we also bought this diamond-studded dress for our baby Jasmine, because she's our star. Oh, look at all these diamonds. I hated the attention, but my parents lived for it. And soon enough, their wealth broadcast show brought home troubles. I started getting DMs constantly from people I didn't even know. It freaked me out when some of them recognized which school I went to. My parents' reaction was even worse. Their faces literally went pale when I told them. Then people began slipping notes into my locker, sending me letters to drawings. How did they even find out which locker was mine? Of course, I was uncomfortable. But my parents? Yeah, they couldn't stand still anymore. They went into full panic mode and sent in bodyguards.
Step back, Miss Ring. We've got a situation. I repeat, locker compromised. Over.
From that day onward, I was under surveillance at all times. I became the school freak, the rich girl with a matrix agents hovering behind her 24/7. It was getting suffocating. So I figured, if I could prove I could protect myself, maybe my parents would tell the guards to back off. I began taking up self-defense classes. And with a burning determination, I trained hard and quickly got my black belt. Freedom was now in my hands. Or so I thought. I did it, Dad! Black belt, baby! Can we lose the bodyguards now?
No can do, sweetie. Get your gym bag.
Turns out, not even a black belt could change my parents' minds. Before this, art was all I thought about. And as much as I loved art, how was my creativity supposed to flow if I had no freedom? Ugh! This is crazy! I needed quiet and peace for myself, but my parents just couldn't seem to understand that. Their lifestyle had always been loud and flashy. So I tried telling my parents that we should lay low for a while, that all this overprotection was ruining my daily life. But without the guards, how can we be sure that you're safe? I have a black belt, Mom. I can take care of myself.
We're not taking any risks. The more security, the better.
But what about my freedom, my friends, my hobbies, my art?
Those can wait. Safety first.
Nothing was getting through to them. Just like that, my social life was slipping away completely. At school, everyone knew to avoid me. So sure, although I was never alone, it always felt so lonely. Whenever someone tried to reach out, I was eager to accept their company right away. Hey, your lunch seems a little lonely. Well, that tends to happen when eating alone. Mind if I join you? Please do. Just then, my bodyguards dived at her and began to search her like a criminal. What on earth? Let her go!
Routine check for weapons, ma'am.
She brought juice, not a grenade. I immediately apologized to her. At this point, the whole cafeteria was staring at us. Rita, though obviously rattled, tried to play it cool. Here, I got this for you. Thank you. Suddenly, another bodyguard grabbed it and took a long sip. My jaw practically dropped to the floor. Are you serious right now?
Routine check for poison, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm out. Another shot at friendship gone with the wind. Everyone laughed while my bodyguards stood like statues. I felt so humiliated. That's when I knew I needed to have a serious talk with my parents. I'm done living like this. Either the guards go, or I do.
To where exactly?
Uncle Theo's. Dad froze at the mention of Uncle Theo. Something about Uncle Theo borrowing his favorite sneakers in 1998 and never returning them, and they hadn't spoken since. Silly, I know. But that's also exactly why he wouldn't be able to follow me if I moved in with Uncle Theo.
You're kidding, right?
If I wake up to even one bodyguard around me, we will find out. For once, he realized how serious I was. The next day, all the bodyguards were gone. I kept looking around, thinking they were hiding somewhere, but they weren't. What a miracle! With them gone, I thought I could finally make friends. But the damage was already done. Nobody wanted to be my friend anymore. Fine then. New plan. I'd be the cold, mysterious girl until graduation. Ugh. Yeah, that plan lasted for like 2 minutes. Until Jason, a transfer student, tall and Greek god-level handsome, came along. Everyone stared at him, me included.
Hey, mind moving? You're in front of my locker.
I stepped aside, flustered. Sorry. My loneliness wanted me to befriend him, but I was hesitant, afraid he'd avoid me when he found out my reputation of having a whole army following me to protect. But to my surprise, Jason was unfazed and even approached me first. FYI, the last person who sat with me ran off terrified.
Yeah, I heard. Something about a barrier of big, scary bodyguards?
Exactly. So you should be running.
Bodyguards don't scare me. I'm tall, and I watch a lot of Jackie Chan.
Sure. Be my guest then. For the first time in forever, someone wasn't afraid to joke around me. And just like that, we became friends. We talked, we laughed, we texted till 2 a.m. about everything and nothing. I finally felt normal again. He was the best thing to come into my life since forever. We started hanging out both during and after school. For the last few months, knowing him had completely livened up my boring, lonely school life. We got along so well that I wanted to invite him over. The only thing I was worried about was my parents' reaction. But to my surprise, Jason was welcomed almost instantly. No searching his bag or interrogation or anything before he was let in. Could it be that my parents saw how happy I was and agreed to loosen the security too? With Jason, I felt free and happy. So much that my creative fire started burning brightly again. Funnily enough, my sketchbook began filling up with drawings of him.
If you're gonna draw me, at least get my good side.
Draw you? Someone's getting big-headed.
You didn't just call me that. Tickle attack!
I was falling hard and fast for him, and he was always pulling me out of really messy situations. He would catch me before I could trip, open the door for me, and his glare alone sent away any bullies. He was like an unpaid bodyguard with his fast reflexes and perfect timing. Being with him felt safe and at ease. By the time we were about to graduate, I couldn't hide my feelings anymore. Close your eyes. I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
Just close your eyes already. It was a portrait of Jason from that day on the balcony. You can look now. When Jason set his eyes on it, his expression was one of tenderness.
You drew this? For me? Jasmine, this must have taken forever.
It was worth it. I couldn't rest anyway. You're all I think about. The moment I said that, I saw panic in Jason's eyes. It stunk when he looked away. Jason, what I'm saying is, I like you. You get that, right?
Jasmine, thank you, but I wish you hadn't said that.
Why? Don't you feel the same way? I thought you liked me too.
I do. Anyway, we should head back. It's getting late.
I tried asking him again, but he kept quiet. My heart was hurting, and I just couldn't understand. Why couldn't we be together? After that, I couldn't bring myself to see him again. I needed some time alone, but I forgot the danger of being completely alone for the first time since ages. Who's there? The streets were empty, but I felt like I was being watched. I turned to run home and bumped straight into a huge, scary guy.
Finally! I thought that bodyguard of yours would never leave.
Bodyguard? Did he mean Jason? Who are you? What do you want?
You filthy rich people must be walking around with pockets full of money all the time, huh? I'm sick of seeing your ridiculous wealth parade. Give me your money and jewelry. Now! Ugh!
And then he attacked. But my months of self-defense training kicked in, and he was down in seconds flat.
Oh, you've got some fight, huh? Let's see how tough you are now.
I felt my heart drop as 2 more men emerged from the shadows. How was I to fight 3 men on my own? They lunged at me, and I instinctively squeezed my eyes shut, raising my hands up to shield my face, but nothing happened. I opened my eyes, and to my surprise, Jason was there, fighting the men off. He knocked them down like they were made of straw and called the cops. On any other day, I'd be swooning. But at that moment, a cold realization hit me.
Are you okay?
Where did you learn to fight like that?
I could ask you the same.
Self-defense class. You next. You just took down 3 grown men without breaking a sweat. Who are you? His silence said everything. You showed up immediately after Dad sent away the bodyguards. You're their replacement, aren't you? Is that why my parents welcomed you into our home instantly?
I can explain.
So, it's all an act. That's why you turned me down.
No, Jasmine, I have feelings for you too. Real feelings.
Liar! You only cared about me as your mission. As the police arrested the man and approached Jason for questions, I ran away, feeling heartbroken and betrayed. The moment I got home, I packed my things. My parents lied to me. Again. But I was done living like this, letting them impose on my life however they wanted.
Please, Jasmine, imagine what could have happened if he wasn't there.
You lied to me, Dad. You betrayed my trust. And that's what matters. We just wanted to protect you. This would have never even happened in the first place if you hadn't broadcast our entire life to the whole world. You put me on their radar. So I left for the one place I knew I'd find peace. Uncle Theo's. He lived off the grid, leading a quiet, calm life despite being extremely wealthy. Here, it's just us and nature. At first, I felt relieved. But as much as I didn't want to admit it, I missed my parents. And I missed Jason. Without him, it felt like the world lost its colors, and my brushes couldn't find the will to paint anymore. Yet, I still wasn't ready to forgive them, though my phone was ringing nonstop.
That's the third time today. Are you sure you don't want to hear them out?
I'm sure. I'm better off this way.
Your parents can be excessive and overdramatic, but I know you know they only meant the best for you. I think they've learned their lesson now. And sometimes, forgiveness isn't just about them. It's to set yourself free too.
Deep down, I knew Uncle Theo was right. So the next time my parents called, I answered the phone. But if I were to come back, changes needed to be made too. First, Dad had to reconcile with Uncle Theo. Second, no more of that flashy and loud lifestyle. No bodyguards or camera crews standing by 24/7. Things seemed to look up as my parents agreed, and even decided to move to a more quiet home. Then I saw him, and my heart ached again. Seriously? What's Mr. Secret Bodyguard doing here?
It's not what you think, dear. No secret business. For what it's worth, Jason turned down the check we offered for your protection. He's only here now because he just wants to talk to you. That's all. We'll give you two some space.
Seeing him again brought back feelings I'd been trying to keep down all this time. You turned down the money. Why?
Because it wasn't a job to me. Not anymore, Jasmine. I was with you because I cared about you. I fell for you, Jasmine, and I'm sorry I lied. But if there's even the smallest chance you still feel something, let me make it up to you. Please?
His voice rang with sincerity. Of course, I'd missed him too. You're forgiven, Jason. He leaned in, brushed a strand of hair behind my ears, and I was lost in his eyes again. Now, I believe you owe me a date?
Many dates. Anywhere and anything you'd like.
In the end, not everything needs an audience. Real luxury isn't what you flaunt. It's what you quietly hold close. Peace, privacy, love.
I was walking down the hallway to see the infamous dude standing there, doing his old trick to pick on some shy student. Get that filthy hand off him now! Then I grabbed him and threw him away like a piece of paper. Ah, that's better. Konnichiwa, I'm Yukiko from Japan, the daughter of Fuji, a famous martial art master and the principal of a karate school. As his only child, it's up to me to evolve my warrior spirit and protect the weak from any baka. And this shy girl is Chiharu, the one I saved from a fight with the rival school gang. And ever since then, we became besties. Well, that's also how I earned the nickname Big Boss. I don't really care about it, but it does have some perks. I always had the best reserved seat next to the window, a desk drawer full of snacks, and on top of that, the kid was competing every day to do my homework. However, it also caused me some complications. I seem to have caught the eye of Jun, that rival school's gang leader. He bought me flowers and sent me these cheesy cupcakes every day, but I only gave him a no. Hey, he comes again. If I was your boyfriend, never let you go. Keep you on my arm, girl. Yukiko, never be alone. Tomato, tomato! Throwing tomatoes! Even when the guard came carrying him away, he was still shouting, Yukiko Daisukuda! Gosh, he's such a bug. Later, I came into the classroom and found everyone was going cuckoo over something. How noisy! That's the new student. He's just so handsome. As if you could tell someone's handsome from the back. But when he turned around, my eyes almost bulged from their sockets. It's Akira. Back when we were little, I adored Akira from the moment I first saw him. To me, he was even cuter than my favorite Mochi Shiba plushie. So I followed him everywhere and gave him all the candies I had. But he didn't like it that much.
Why did you give her my candies? I like Akira. If you take him from me, I'll punch you. Hey, martial arts is not about fighting nonsense. You fierce kid. I hate you.
After a while, Akira's family moved away and I'd completely lost contact with him. And now he's back. Our eyes met, but he looked so cold and turned away. He didn't recognize me? fine. It was so embarrassing facing him again anyway, so I decided to avoid him like the plague since then. And just like that, with his excellent academic ability, Akira soon fell into place as the top student, while I'm a bit different. I may have been a black belt in the karate, but exams were definitely not my thing. Congratulations, you've excelled at coming last. Again. So, Yukiko, I've appointed another student to tutor you. Please don't say his name. Please don't say his name. Please, please, please. Akira. I nearly died on the spot. Can anybody throw me to Mars, please? Man, it's super awkward. I kept looking at the ground when he blurted out, "Hi, Yukiko. Long time no see." So, he does remember me? During the lesson, I couldn't focus, and my body was heating up. I kept my mouth shut while he was immersed in his lecture. "If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to ask." I plucked up my courage and said, "Why didn't you like me when we were kids?" "You're still acting like before." "I'm trying to teach you, but your head's stuck in the clouds. Focus." He didn't say he hated me, did he? My heart fluttered again. Guess I'd have to try harder to get his attention then. But things didn't exactly go as planned. During the lessons with Akira, my phone rang constantly with calls and messages. Seemed like my goons were in trouble and they needed my help. I tried my best to ignore it, but finally gave in. "I've got something to do. I'll be right back." Hey, those morons. They're always messing around, then leave it to me. Problem solved. Only that, lucky for you, I got there in time. In time to cause more trouble? I'd have eaten them for breakfast without you. Back at school, I saw Akira standing at the gate with a clearly not happy face. "Akira, it's not like what you think. You find it hard to study, but fighting seems to come naturally to you, huh? Who the freak are you? How dare you talk to my girl like that?" "Akira, I fight to help people. It's not nonsense." "Help? I suppose brainless people only know how to talk with their fists." Jun immediately lunged at Akira, raising his fists at him. I had to hold him back right away and told him to go. The silence went on for some minutes, but when he was about to leave, I couldn't stand it anymore. "Just because I liked you then, you think you have the right to look down on me?" "What?" "Hear this. I do like you, but it doesn't mean I will like you forever." "I don't care, but I'm sorry if the truth I spoke made you feel that I looked down on you. And you know what? If you can't take my tutoring seriously, then we're done." "Fine, go! See if I care. I, the big boss myself, have my own limits and cannot be chasing him all the time." But I couldn't deny that a pit was dropping to the bottom of my stomach. I just want to go home and curl up under cover. Then I arrived at my family's karate academy to see it was all sealed off, and my dad was sitting on the doorstep holding a letter. "Dad, what happened?" "Yukiko, I'm bankrupt. I had no choice but to sell the academy to moneylenders. I've lost everything." "No! This academy is our family legacy. My dad's life's work. We couldn't lose it." So I followed the address on the letter, but there I met an unexpected person. Jun. Turns out, his dad is my dad's creditor. All or nothing, I decided to get straight to the point to him. "What do my family have to do to get our martial arts school back?" Jun came over and whispered something in his ear. Then he pondered a while and said, "My son kept goofing around. Change him and the martial arts school is back to yours." "But how?" "I want you to get engaged to my son." "Are you serious? You think I'm a joke?" Then I immediately stood up and left. That was insane. "Hey, why are you behaving like that?" "You're still asking why?" "It's down to that dude, isn't it? He's just some preppy know-it-all who doesn't even like you." You know nothing. He also likes me, I think." "Is that so? Then prove it. Make Akira fall in love with you within 2 weeks, and I'll convince my father to extend the deadline by 3 months. Fail, and we get engaged. I'm the one who is always by your side." "No way I agree with your stupid deal." "Go ahead, refuse. The martial arts school will be permanently closed tomorrow." "Wait, okay, I'm in." Lucky enough, I had Chiharu, the love guru, to help me cook up the perfect Get Akira scheme, though she'd been single, like, forever. Firstly, I told my gang that Akira'd soon to be my BF, and also their boss, so he deserved a special treat. Wherever he went, other students bowed 90 degrees to greet him. They tended to his every need, carried his bag, and were always at his service. But he seemed not so comfortable about this. "Ask your goons to stop their nonsense." "Okay, as long as you agree to my conditions." "What?" "Tutor me again. Oh, and have lunch together. And walk to and from school?" I can't." "Okay then. Guys?" "Fine." "Secondly, you needed to find out what Akira liked, but he'll refuse to answer my questions for sure. My fake council survey will answer that." Then she handed out the paper to the whole class. My goofy Chiharu did get it done this time. Okay, according to a philosopher, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Akira's most favorite food is beef, so I rummaged through all the local supermarkets to find A5 Wagyu beef and prepared this perfect meal for him. Akira, eat this.
Oh, thank you, Cream Puff. How come you know I like beef?
How did you get in here?
I know you miss me, so I come to visit.
Before I could say anything, Akira shook his head and walked off. Okay, the first step is always the hardest. Next, seeing that Akira liked horror movies, I lied to him that Chiharu stood me up, so I had an extra ticket. It's insidious. How could he refuse? But as soon as we sat down, a familiar face caught my attention. June? Stop messing with me, you child!
I'm a horror fan, just like you. We're sure a match made in heaven.
I tried to ignore him and focus on my plan. This was the third time I watched this, so I knew exactly when there'd be a jump scare. It's time. I pasted a whining look on my face and was about to lean on Akira when June suddenly screamed his lungs out and jumped at me. It was not until he fell asleep that we had a bit of privacy, but from then till we left, Akira didn't speak a word and even asked to leave early. That's not okay. If things kept going this way, the whole plan would definitely fail, and it means I'd have to get engaged to June. No! The next day, I wasn't in the mood for dealing with my friends, so I lingered back in the classroom and read through Akira's notes. Oh, what's this? So, he does care about me. I can see one ray of hope. Akira, I want to improve my studies. Help me?
Oh, okay.
I was waiting outside for Akira to get us some bubble teas before we started when suddenly this thief darted out and snatched this old lady's bag. I dove in there to help, but he knocked me to the ground and ran away. Here you go.
You're already fighting again? Don't you have anything better to do?
I'm not Forget it anyway. This brave young lady helped me.
What?
Say no more. I'm a bad person no matter what. Then I stormed off without looking back. I was so stupid to catch feels with that insensitive one. Then my knee suddenly collapsed. Right then, a hand reached out and gently wrapped a bandage around my knee. Leave me alone.
Get on my back.
Shut up.
Come on.
I couldn't help but smile through my frown, and my heart did a cartwheel. I clambered onto his back and looped my arms around his neck.
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you...
It's okay.
Are you dumb? An injured leg is not enough?
It's nothing. And you don't have to carry me like this. Am I heavy?
What? If I say yes, will you jump off?
No way. After that day, Akira changed towards me. He joined me for lunch and even gave me a cute cupcake, and agreed to go to Cat Cafe with me, even though he's allergic. And the classes went so smoothly. He was sweet like a lollipop and answered to all my silly questions. One time, I even accidentally saw him putting a lot of bandages in my locker. Aww. Winning the bet didn't seem so impossible then, but suddenly a girl approached him. It was Amaya, the school's popular girl. They chewed the fat. Then she leaned closer and whispered something to him. His face suddenly turned cold. Then he walked away. I was about to go after him when my phone beeped.
Can't tutor you today. I have a play audition.
So, turns out Akira and Amaya were both in this play. Fine, if Akira's Romeo, then I must be Juliet. I made it to the final round with my big boss energy, which meant I got to act out a scene with Akira to see who got the female lead between me and Amaya. Oh dear, look at them, being all clingy for what? That snake was all over my poor Akira like a rash. Ugh, if Chiharu hadn't constantly held me back, I'd have jumped there and given her a piece of my mind. And now it's time for me to shine. But why is Akira's face darkened? It's okay, maybe he's trying to be professional? My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love as adoring as a puppy dog's nose. Yes, so I may have forgotten the words, but it wasn't that bad. He may pick me for my quick thinking and...
I choose Amaya, miss.
Hey, why did you pick her?
You shouldn't ask me. Ask yourself instead.
Then he left with Amaya without glancing at me. But today is the end of the 2-week deadline. I thought you'd have some feelings for me too. It was pouring rain. I trudged home, all collapsed, tears and rain falling down all over my face. It was all over. The bed I play, the boy I love. I should have known better. That it was me, onto a loser right from the outset. Through my teary eyes, I saw June running towards me.
Yukiko, what's wrong? Tell me.
I lost.
What?
The bet. Between us. I lost it. I was wrong. About everything.
Who cares about the bet? You might get a cold, you know. Get inside.
But why you're here?
I don't care if you think it's too late. I'm telling you anyway. I know that I'm not perfect like him. I do say the wrong thing. I forget all the time, but I can protect and will never hurt you. So will you marry me?
My head was spinning, and in a moment of weakness, I said yes. At least I can save my dad's school and be with the right person who truly cares about me, instead of chasing some jerk who thought so low of me. I confided in Chiharu and my family about this, but kept it a secret from everyone else. My father didn't approve it at first, but seeing my determination, he reluctantly agreed. It was our fitting day. I was with June discussing our wedding, but he seemed distracted and kept checking his phone. Then he said he had to take a call and hurried out. Sensing something was up, I followed him. Huh? Why is he talking to Amaya?
You have to thank me for your new fiancé. I told Akira about your bet.
Excellent job, as promised.
It's not about the money. It's about making Akira mine.
I don't get why both you and my beautiful Yukiko like that dude so much. Anyway, Yukiko's waiting for me. Gotta go. I couldn't believe what was in front of me.
What the heck are you doing here? So it's you who made up everything the whole time?
No, Yukiko, let me explain.
I trusted you, June, but look what you've done. You know what? You win. Do your worst. I don't care anymore.
Then I ran home as fast as I could.
Why do boys all fool me around like that?
Right when I felt more disheartened than ever, I met the one that I didn't want to see the most.
What was Akira doing here?
Yukiko, let's talk.
We have nothing to talk about. Chiharu told me what you're doing. You can't marry June. You liked me, so you mustn't fall for another one that easily.
What? So you're the commander of my feelings now? Aren't you with Amaya?
I'm not, and I never did.
Listen, I was so angry to find out I was just part of your bet with June, so I ignored you. But then Chiharu told me why you did it and made me understand.
So what? Anyway, you never liked me. I'm not gentle and too fierce, as you said before. Don't try to pity me.
I don't. It's that I do like you. At first, I thought you were the type of person who'd use violence to solve any problem. But the more I got to know you, the more I learned about your pure heart. I shouldn't have judged you so quickly. I'm sorry.
What just happened?
I might be dreaming?
But no, Akira, my 7-year crush, just confessed his love with me. So, Akira and I got together. June was furious about it, but he kept his word, and now my dad has 3 months to pay off his debt. I'm helping him out by teaching karate classes to earn money, something I really enjoy. Everything was great, too great, until...
Yukiko, I gotta tell you something. I have to go abroad to study. I'll leave tomorrow.
What? I don't understand. Why so sudden?
I prepared for it months ago, but I couldn't tell you. I didn't want to make you sad. Will you wait for me?
Of course not. I may get bored and start liking another by that time.
It's time. I stood still watching the train pass by until I noticed Akira's melancholy smile. I liked you 7 years ago, and now I still do. So of course I can wait for you. Come back soon, Akira.
I was grabbing a book out of my locker when some guy's shout startled me.
Hey everyone, the results are over here!
Oh, it's just the results of the Mind Buzz, our annual high school general knowledge competition. People, what's the rush? Don't we all know what it'll be like already? See, nothing's changed. That's my name, there, the first place of Willowmere High, as always. And of course, what came along with it were endless praises from everyone.
Way to go, Millie, you're our school's superhero!
Oh my gosh, you're amazing, I'm so jealous of you. Yep. Hi, I'm Millie, the girl who always aces every school contest and is therefore adored by the other students, all the teachers, and the principal. Later that day, as soon as I stepped out of art class, Alice, my excitable best friend, jumped out of nowhere and squealed out, I just found this really cool place. We have to go there right now. No chance. I have the final round of the Blast from the Past contest tomorrow. I mean, history is my forte, so I'm sure to win, but I still want to cram in some last-minute studying. Come on. We all know you'll win anyway. You even said that yourself. So let's just hang out for a little, please. Fine, but only 'cause I'm an amazing friend. Okay. I have to admit, this place was actually kind of cool. It's an adorable cafe hidden at the end of a street corner. But wait a minute. What's up with that sticker on the window? Isn't that the Leafmore High School symbol? No way we're setting foot in that taboo place. I tried tugging on Alice's arm and gesturing for us to leave, but she stood her ground and replied, Come on, Millie. We have to try their croissants. All the food bloggers are talking about it. But this is Leafmore's territory. Look. So? It's not like anyone will recognize us. Before I could comprehend what was happening, she dragged me inside. Oh well, it seems like we've gone too far to draw back, so I may as well sample what this place has to offer. Why was our order taking so long?
And what was with Alice? Ugh, how many selfies did one girl need to take? I was clenching my fists to stop myself from anxiously fidgeting when two boys walked towards our table.
Hey, cutie. I've not seen you in here before. What grade are you in?
Oh no. How should I answer this question? I quickly turned away, pretending to rummage through my bag to avoid his gaze. But they still didn't leave me alone, as the other guy said, "Wait, this girl doesn't seem to be from our school. Are you?" Oh snap! Did he recognize me? My skin turned clammy with nerves and I thought I was going to throw up. Then suddenly a voice rang out.
Sorry I'm late. Have you been waiting long?
Then he plonked himself down next to us. Seeing that, the two guys left. Phew! But who is this guy? Do we know him? Oh my god, Evan, it's you! Is that the new Calvin Klein cologne? It smells amazing on you. Huh? Evan? As in, Evan Summers? The top student in Leafmore, aka my biggest competition in tomorrow's contest? To Alice's excitement and my puzzled look, Evan just lightly smiled, then got up to leave. He's indeed a cold angel. What? All he was to me was arrogant. You're probably wondering what the deal between Willowmere and Leafmore is, right? They're the two biggest high schools in this town, but like the same poles of magnets, they repel each other. The two schools have been rivals since forever, competing with each other from academic achievements to collective activities. In competitions organized by the town, such as marathons, Halloween decorations, or even cooking contests. And of course, the students from both schools despise each other so much that we have boundaries in town. For example, this cafe is only for Leafmore students, while only Willowmere students are allowed in that bookstore. Breaking these rules could lead to outright carnage. The schools take this super seriously. Hence, there's even a rule saying we can't interact with each other. And dating is a real no-no. You see, as the top student in Willowmere, I can't let anyone find out I've stepped foot in Leafmore territory, as if they do, my life won't be worth living. And also, because of my #1 position, I have a responsibility to help my school win as many prizes as possible. And this history contest is no exception. I anxiously waited for the host to announce the results. And the last 20 points go to Leafmore High School, which makes them the winners of today's contest. From the other side of the hall, the Leafmore students erupted into applause, and they all charged at Evan and hugged him. Seeing the arrogant Evan with a triumphant face made me even more upset. Congratulations, you were amazing! Alice, we lost. Only by 5 points. Second place is still good, but it was me who was defeated by that Evan. Poor Alice is still trying to keep her shy smile at me. I didn't want to take it out on her either, so I quickly left. The next day I was walking along the school corridor, minding my own business, when I passed a group of students gossiping about me. Poof, she defo lost the quiz on purpose. Yeah, her question was so easy. Everyone knows that the first US dollar was printed in 1862. Why were they saying such mean things about me? I tried my best to ignore their jibes and distract myself with my phone, but what is this? Someone had uploaded a picture of me, Alice, and Evan all sitting together in that cafe the other day. Oh no. And worse still, from this angle, we all looked kind of close. Furious, I went to leave, but Polly, this annoying girl, blocked my way and mocked me. Millie, if you don't like this place, you could have transferred schools. Losing to Leafmore on purpose is just embarrassing. I did no such thing. Not that it's any of your business. I hurried away from her and her smirking friends. The problem is, it seemed like the entire school had seen that picture and concluded that I'm a traitor. At least things couldn't get any worse, right? Wrong. My bad luck continued when I got my English Lit essay back. A B-. This can't be right. I never get anything lower than an A. Ever! I was checking through my test when suddenly there was an announcement on the speaker, asking me to come to the principal's office. Millie, you're usually such an excellent student, but I've received some unpleasant news about you recently, and your grades are slipping significantly. I could only stare down at the floor and mumbled, I'm really sorry. I'd never been scolded by the principal before. This was the worst day of my life. Miss Garcia was silent for a moment before she continued. However, I still have faith in you, so I'm giving you one last chance to prove yourself.
The town's hosting a Rube Goldberg machine camp and our school must win. Can you make that happen, Millie? I forced a smile and nodded. No problem, ma'am. The first prize will be ours. Trust me. This is my chance to show everyone that I'm devoted to this school. However, there's one teensy tiny problem. Physics is not my forte. It's all right. I just gotta do my best, right? I spent the next 2 weeks planning, researching, and testing out ideas with my group. We finally managed to create the perfect Rube Goldberg machine. It includes 15 genius steps to complete the final task. We're surely gonna secure all these bonus points. Finally, the camp weekend arrived, and I was super stoked to show off my team's entry. Tomorrow will be it. I'll get Willomir's name back on top again. Then suddenly, Miss Garcia tapped my shoulder and gestured me over to an empty corner and worriedly said, Leafmore's machine is highly praised by the judges. At this rate, they're most likely to win, and that'll mean humiliation for us. Don't worry, I'm trying my best. We'll add some extra magnets and springs. It's no use. The only way we'll win over Leafmore is if their entry encounters problems. She sighed, then turned to leave. Feeling deflated, I stared down at my feet. That's when I saw a pocket knife, with Miss Garcia's name printed on it, lying on the ground. I picked it up and called out, Miss, you dropped your knife! But Miss Garcia didn't stop walking or turn back, and just did a snipping gesture with her fingers. Could it be that Miss Garcia meant... Yep, definitely. That's the only way. So that night, I waited until everyone else was asleep, then I snuck into the gallery and cut a piece of wire holding the light bulb of Leafmore's model. That should be enough. I was about to leave the room when suddenly the lights came on.
What are you doing here? You just did this, didn't you?
Yeah? So what? Go ahead, tell on me if you want.
This is all so meaningless.
Then he sat down and started fixing his model. Huh? What's meaningless? Good God, he's so full of himself. Fine then. Just you wait, Evan. I'll beat you with my own talent. Let's see if you'll still be Mr. Arrogant then. It was my team's turn, and for the first 3 steps, the Rube Goldberg machine worked quite smoothly. But when it came to the 4th step, suddenly the wooden slide collapsed, causing the marble to fall to the ground and the machine to stop working. We all stared at each other in panic. No, this couldn't be happening. We tested it many times this morning and it had worked perfectly fine. I rushed over to check what was wrong with the machine, but I struggled and couldn't find a way to fix it, when suddenly a voice said,
Let me see.
I looked up. It was Evan. I stepped aside to make room for him, when suddenly Ms. Garcia appeared.
I see what's happened here. Clearly, Leafmore High knew the only way they'd win was by sabotaging the best entry.
The whole hall started to stir, but I felt my skin prickle with unease. I didn't think this was Leafmore's doing. Look at Evan. He didn't even bother telling the judges about last night's incident. Immediately after that, Leafmore's principal, Miss Harris, said,
Ms. Garcia, you can't go around accusing us without proof. Clearly, you're the one who feels the need for underhand tactics to win, not us.
Then she held out her phone and circled the crowd so everyone could see. I gasped in shock. There on the screen was a picture of me standing next to Leafmore's model with a knife. Miss Harris continued.
Seeing as we managed to fix it in time, we decided not to mention anything else about it. But then you dared to accuse us.
The crowd glared and tutted at me, and I longed for the floor to swallow me whole. I'd put blood, sweat, and tears into creating our model, and now people just thought I was a cheat. The worst part was they were right. I was one. The jury went off to discuss this. Then they announced their conclusion. Willowmere had been disqualified. Immediately, Mrs. Garcia piped in.
This is hardly fair. That was the action of one individual, not the whole group. I assure you that Millie is no longer on the team, so let my school continue to compete without her.
I froze in shock. How could Miss Garcia do this to me? It had been all her idea, hadn't it? She'd given me the knife. The realization of what just happened hit me, and I fell to my knees and burst into tears. All that hard work, and for nothing. Even Alice hugging me in comfort didn't release me from my gut-wrenching, sinking feeling. Then to my surprise, Evan said,
Mrs. Garcia, can you explain why I found this knife with your name engraved on it next to our model?
He raised the knife up for everyone to see. Oops. In all the stress of last night, I must have dropped it. Miss Garcia turned ghostly pale and everyone started to buzz about it.
I can't believe you colluded with your students to do this. You're no different from her. Last night Miss Harris instructed me to tamper with Willamere's model, but I refused. As if we win, I wanted it to be fairly.
The whole hall once again began to stir and gawped on amazed as Evan continued.
I'm so tired of the petty feud between our schools. It's so dumb and meaningless.
The jury went off to discuss this further and came back with a new announcement. Both schools were disqualified. It's shameful. But, well, it's for the best. We really don't deserve to be here. Oh boy, that sure was eventful. The scandal between the two schools was hot gossip in the town for days. They even brought it up at the monthly town meeting. That's when the truth came out that Ms. Garcia and Ms. Harris had history. They were in the same year at school and were fiercely competitive against each other. So, years later, when both of them became principals of the two schools, they began this whole feud war. In the end, both principals were forced to leave their positions. So, now what? Well, there aren't any dumb rules about where I can go anymore, which is good, because I actually really like it here. I've learned my lesson, and I'm never going to let anyone pressure me into cheating ever again. Peace has returned to school life, and it feels good. Oh, and as for Evan, I'm actually studying with him right now for our next Blast from the Past quiz. Only this time, I'm definitely going to beat him.